Hello children, how are you all? I hope you all are safe and sound at your places, obeying your parents and following online classes regularly. Children, welcome to class 5 and this is your first class of computers. So without giving much time, let me introduce you to your textbook, which is Digital Flight Windows 10 Office 2016 edition by Orient Black Swan Publication. Further, moving on to the contents of the book, which has 11 chapters, 2 test papers, 1 cyber olympiad paper and few keyboard shortcuts to be covered in the entire session. Further, let's move on to chapter 1, which is computers in the past. Children, before starting with the explanation of the chapter, let me ask you, what do you understand by the heading of chapter 1, computers in the past? Computers in the past means what kind of computers we were using in the past, what were their size, how were they used, how modern computers came into use, and what were the difficulties and what were the advantages that were there, what were the disadvantages of those computers because of which we had to switch on or made further changes and make modern computers. Now further, we'll be moving on with the learning objectives of the chapter. Children, what do you understand by the learning objectives of the chapter? Of any chapter, learning objective comprises of all those points which you'll be studying about in the chapter. All those points that you'll be studying in the chapter and the topics related to that chapter are told you in the learning objectives. So what are the topics that you'll be studying in the learning objectives? You'll be studying about the early calculating device. In the earlier times when computers were not introduced, what were the calculating devices? People used to calculate? We'll be studying about those early calculating devices. Number 2, we'll be studying about all those inventors who have invented the early computers. About all those inventors who have invented the early computers. Number 3, we'll be studying about the modern computers as well. Now, after studying about all those computers that were used in the past and about the disadvantages of those computers, we will afterwards study about the history of modern computers and what were the reasons why we had to keep on moving to such computers. And the last topic that we'll be studying will be difference between the different types of computers. Now, before starting with the chapter and the first topic of our chapter, I would like to ask you few introductory questions. The first question, that is, children, have you ever heard about abacus and have worked on it? All of you must have heard about abacus. I want to ask you whether you have heard about abacus and have you ever worked on it? Okay, you all can discuss these questions with your parents and tell them and discuss it. If you don't have the answer, then also. Next question is, children, do you know about who is known as the father of computer? The third question is, children, do you know about the generations of computer? How many generations we have had in computers? Question number 4, how many types of computers are there? Well, before you ask your parents, we'll be studying about all these questions and you'll be getting the answers in this chapter only. So, let us start with the first topic, that is history of computers. The first topic, history of computer. The word computer is derived from the word compute. Compute means to calculate. Calculations of weight, distance, quantity, time, etc. have also been essential for humans. The need to invent computers arose to make these calculations simpler. However, now computers are used to do many different kinds of tasks beyond just computing. Computers have become an important part of our everyday life. They make our work easier, but they were not always as simple to work on as they are today. They were not even this small. In this chapter, you will look at the evolution of computers. Now children, the word computer is derived from the word compute. The word computer is extracted from the word compute. And what is the meaning of this word compute? Compute means to calculate. Now, calculations of these weight, distance, quantity, time have always been essential. Essential means important for humans. There was always a need. These were always important to discover how we need to calculate these things. Calculation of weight, how we can calculate distance, how we can calculate quantity. So there were different types of tasks that we used to do just to calculate about these things. Computers have become an important part of our everyday life. Today, computer is used in each and every field, and there is no field where we are surviving without computers. They make our work very easy. But have you ever thought that they were not always as you see them today? They were not even this small. They were very big in size, which we'll be studying about now. So, the first topic is early calculating device, which we will be starting and continuing in the next video. Till then, bye children.